Second Finance Minister Datuk Seri Johari Abdul Ghani has rebuffed claims that members of the Budiman Committee had been relieved of their duties, pointedly calling the reports as erroneous and maliciously misleading. He was responding to a Singapore Straits Times report claiming that key personnel tasked with negotiating the aborted Bandar Malaysia deal had been dismissed. The Budiman Committee had been set up by the Cabinet in 2015 to oversee the rationalisation of troubled 1MDB. Johari explained that the committee had been tasked with 4 assignments, namely to dispose of 1MDB's power assets to the CGN Group, reactivate the Tun Razak Exchange development, conclude the international bidding exercise for Bandar Malaysia, and pursue the arbitration with Abu Dhabi's IPIC. And as such, all 4 of these assignments had since been completed, and the Budiman Committee no longer had any functions to execute, and no meeting had been held in the past 6 months. Johari also confirmed reports that Arul Kanda had been removed as chairman of Bandar Malaysia. SP Setia Berhad saw its first quarter net profit drop by 14.8%, due in part to fewer units being completed and handed over for Battersea Power Station Phase 1. Net profit for the quarter was 105.2 million compared with 123.4 million last year, while revenue rose by 3.5% from 908.5 million to 940.2 million. According to SP Setia President and CEO Datuk Kor Chap Jen, the sales achieved were within expectations. It's consistent with the lower sales typically seen during Chinese New Year and a shorter February. For the coming year, SP Setia said that while it has plenty on its plate, it still keeps a constant lookout for more land bank. The group is still optimistic on reaching its 4 billion sales target, backed by total unbilled sales of 7.84 billion and 30 ongoing projects. Kor says that SP Setia is confident that its upcoming launches will please buyers and that it will continue to innovate when it comes to its offerings. The Malaysian government needs to improve its transparency, says CIMB Group Holdings Berhad Chairman Datuk Seri Nazir Razak, something that has been tarnished somewhat in the wake of the 1MDB scandal. Talking to CNBC, Nazir said that it had been a very painful number of months in the international media, adding that the government is still in the midst of completing 1MDB's financial restructuring and still needs to improve in terms of overall transparency and understanding of what happened. PM Datuk Seri Najib Razak has repeatedly denied wrongdoing in the matter and has been cleared back home. However, globally, investigations are still ongoing in the US, Switzerland and Singapore. Nasir also told CNBC that he's expecting the general elections to be called either late this year or early next year, saying that usually ahead of the polls, investors and consumers were generally cautious related to expectations of the results, which is not so clear at the moment. However, he thinks it will evolve that the government most likely would get back in, and once the dust settles, sentiment will improve and things will pick up. Seven-Eleven Malaysia Holdings Berhad is teaming up with Lazada Malaysia and MOL Pay to help its customers pay offline. The convenience store operator is targeting up to 20 customers a day with this service and is hoping that it will enhance customer traffic and boost store sales. According to CEO Gary Brown, this platform targets those without credit card access, those who distrust online payments and foreign workers. He says that the partnership will allow 7E to provide the best and ultimate convenience experience to its shoppers and consumers. In January 2016, 7-Eleven had launched utility bill payments and as such had seen a tremendous increase in bill payments in store, according to Brown. The company had seen a 1.5% decline in same-store sales growth in 2016 due to GST. 68% of Malaysians expect to live solely on employer pension during their golden years, the highest percentage across the globe. This was revealed in a study conducted by HSBC Bank Malaysia Berhad. Country Head of Retail Banking and Management Lim Eng Siong said, the belief most Malaysians have is that having a retirement scheme is the be-all and end-all of retirement planning. He explains that retirement planning is quite relative and that there are other factors to be considered such as family size and lifestyle. Lim says though while there is nothing wrong with relying on a pension scheme for retirement, people should be realistic about their retirement plans and consider alternative sources of funding. However, on the plus side, Malaysians do understand the importance of savings, with 27 being the average age at which people start.